Good morning, it's another morning here with DB Coupe Garage. We got the Corvette right here. Right now we're just test fitting a couple of the gaps on the car. But come take a look right here. From last video, we got this gap perfect, man. I mean, we threw on the struts and this thing aligned perfectly. Made a couple adjustments and it came out really good, honestly. We're really excited about that. That is a very good indicator that the car everything is lining up perfectly. So right now we're just gonna go ahead and slap on that bumper and throw on that fender and see how the hood to bumper gap is, and also check out how that fender to door and fender to bumper gap is as well, because we want to make sure that all of this is as good as possible so that we can go ahead and move on to the next step, which is welding in those frame rails, because we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, you know, and start doing things and cut out more work for ourselves. So we're just making sure that everything is fitting nice and tight, and then we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next step. So let's get to it. A lot of you guys might be wondering why our interior is still disassembled, and why it has been disassembled is because these seat belts were locked up, so we obviously sent them out and they still haven't arrived back yet, but they will be arriving shortly here, and we're gonna go ahead and jump on that and make sure that those things are installed. We also did something special with them, so I hope you guys stay tuned for that. And I mean, every time I just look at this interior, you got nice good leather seats, you know what I'm saying? You just get in here banging some gears, you know. I mean, we could already imagine ourselves, man, just out there hitting these rev match paddles.
And surprisingly, the manual transmission on the Corvette, in contrast to the Mustang GT.
Oh, dude, two different worlds.
Yeah, two different worlds. Yeah, this transmission is super tight.
It's legit though. I mean, because when you really do shift these gears, they're so nice and tight, and they're like really stiff. Yeah. And I prefer that, honestly. Yeah, I don't like that loose feeling. Nobody likes the loose feeling. No pun intended, but this is nice and tight, and this is exactly how you want it to be, honestly. This thing is awesome. We cannot wait to rip this sucker around and film a lot of videos for you guys. I mean, it's gonna be a blast. So we're just waiting on the seatbelts to get shipped out in order so we can assemble this interior. And for right now, let's go ahead and get to those gaps. All right, so we're not gonna lie, guys, we did throw on the parts and we completely forgot to film. But it's all good. I mean, honestly, the parts did line up very well. Right now we're just gonna go ahead and throw some tension on this frame extension and start welding up these frame extensions. So pretty stoked about that. Finally, I'm really happy that the gaps did end up lining up. The fender's looking really good, especially the fender to the door one, which was one that I had in mind, and it ended up turning out really good. So right now we're just gonna move on to the next thing, and that's putting some tension on this frame extension. Because we really want to make sure that it's gonna have that nice OEM weld on it. So right now we're just gonna go ahead, pull it out, get our work truck in here, and just start welding this thing up.
And like, as far as the people are concerned, the only damage or area that might be out of place in the frame is in the frame itself, right?
Yeah, it's not the frame. It's not the
just
frame itself,
the extension, which would be this
exactly,
extension.
Yeah, that would be a completely different story. You know, if that frame was toast, oh man, we would be in for a ride. You know, we would have this thing on a platform, you know, hoisted up, ready to get completely just pulled, you know.
Yeah, so basically it's just this crack you can see. So we're gonna give it some tension and go ahead and grind those welds down and throw some tack weld on there, just so we can get the frame perfect. Because right now it's actually, thank God, it's in good shape, but we really want to just get it,
that's right,
into spec. So let's get into it. We're gonna get the car to the garage and start moving.
So we just finished up grinding up the entire car. As you guys can see, everything is looking real mint, real clean. Obviously, I'm gonna go ahead and wax and degrease remove this and spray paint it black to how it used to be. and also that then we could go ahead and glue everything back together. But first, before that, welding those 2 frame rail extensions, and everything should be pretty much set and ready to go after that. After that, it's just gonna be pretty much assembling parts together, and we're gonna hit this thing a home run, you know?
Wait, we actually forgot one part, bro.
What's
this corner area here.
Oh yeah, You're right. So actually this, I'm gonna end up bending it back into shape. It's been tough just because of the way it folded backwards. It actually ripped right here. But
so this ripped basically because aluminum doesn't it's a material when it gets hit or stretched, it doesn't stretch like metal, it just rips. Aluminum rips, so
it's
that's
very
why
fragile.
Yeah, so that's why it tore right there.
That's why cars that also have like these frame rail extensions that are aluminum, you know, they tend to rip if they're welded on. They tend to rip. Or any car that's been hit with aluminum, I mean, it's better to just replace a part, honestly, because working with aluminum really is hard. And any other person that does body work or is a rebuilder can tell you that. I mean, it really is hard.
The only reason why we didn't replace this is not because we're being cheapsates,
because it's really
he's cheap, but we're not gonna replace it. So basically, it's because this entire bar, as you guys can see, it's a crash bar, right? This is the crash bar.
Yeah.
So the whole bar is intact. It's not bent anywhere except right on the corner. So there was no point of buying a whole new crash bar for that.
The only thing that goes there in that corner is the absorber, which the other side does have it, and it's intact.
Which is this, which we bought this brand new, right?
Exactly, yeah. Because the old one was obviously, I mean, crushed. So we bought the new one. We're just gonna go ahead and straighten it out as much as possible, and then just slap it on there, and you're not really gonna ever see it, and you know, it's gonna be good as new, you know. It was just really the corner, so it's not that big of a deal. But I'm pretty excited to move forward with this build, and I'm excited for what's to come tomorrow. So I'm pretty stoked about this, guy.
Is that gloss or a matte?
Gloss. Hey guys, right here with the Corvette again. Right now we're about to head down to the store to go ahead and buy some products that we need. One of them including that 3M panel bonding glue that we're gonna need in order to throw on that apron. We're also gonna go ahead and buy that gun that accompanies it. We're also gonna go ahead and buy bungee cords as well to hold up the apron when it's glued, because we don't want it sagging after when it's drying, because the curing time is 24 hours, so that's kind of a long time. So you do not want in that time period for it to start sagging and falling down off to the sides. You really want to make sure that it's getting held in place by something. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the store and buy some bungee cords in order to hold it in place. That's pretty much it right now.
Alright, we're back at the garage. We're gonna see if this hooks up, because we ended up buying this at little Harbor Freight. But our welder is a Lincoln.
Don't underestimate the Harbor Freight, bro. They always got the good stuff when you need it.
No, but I'm saying because it's a different brand, though. You know what I mean? So I think this is titanium, or what is it called? Yeah, titanium. It's
Titanium,
a Lincoln.
Titanium means
welder.
strong, right?
Alright, we're gonna see what's good.
This thing is weird, dog. I had never seen one of these, bro.
Yeah.
Check that sucker out. Looks like a ray gun from Black Ops.
It's a ray gun right there.
I guess we got good on the mystery box, eh?
The mystery box.
Alright.
The teddy bear?
Yeah.
When the teddy bear came out on the mystery box, that meant like it was done.
That's what happened to us right here. This is the teddy bear. It's that right there.
So we ended up trying multiple times, but it's not possible. So welding aluminum is a challenge. Even setting up the welder like itself is pretty tough. But yeah, we're gonna set this thing up and see where we go from there. So our question is confirmed. It does not fit. Obviously, because it's two different brands.
This always happens to us, bro. It always happens.
Yeah.
That's the life of rebuilding cars, dude. Every single thing you buy. I feel like I go to the store like 500 times a day because It's either, you know, you get the wrong part or whatever it is that you're getting, it ends up being, you know, not usable or stuff like that.
Yeah, but we should have known, just for the simple fact that the welder is a Lincoln welder, which is obviously a good brand, and titanium, I'm not sure, but this is the Harbor Freight brand, so obviously that's not gonna happen. But good thing we have obviously the receipt, and we're gonna go ahead and return that and end up getting a spool gun that fits the Lincoln welder. So I think that's gonna wrap it up for today, and we'll catch you guys later.